YouTube, we're talking college sports in the Deep South, where college football is king, and on the plains of Auburn, the battle cry is War Eagle. But we're talking about a little bit more of college football around the nation, as college football is back in full swing. Now, go ahead and like this video, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, it's great to be an Auburn Tiger, War Eagle. But we're going to talk a little bit about some out of SEC conference play. As a matter of fact, the defending national champions, Clemson Tigers, kicked off their season at home in Death Valley against Georgia Tech. As a matter of fact, Clemson is on a straight roll, my friends. 16 straight games. Also have only lost 2 games in the last 2 seasons. So it's definitely safe to say that Clemson is really continuing to build that dynasty over there with Dabo Swinney and company. Now, this particular game against Georgia Tech, it got off to a pretty reasonable start. But when you're playing, especially your first game of the year, a lot of mistakes are going to be made. And those mistakes proved to be deadly for the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, who are trying to get rebound, new coaching staff, things of that nature. And you definitely don't want to have turnovers to begin the season, and especially against a good team like Clemson, who really does a good job of capitalizing off those particular turnovers. Because if you think about it, in this particular game, Georgia Tech had 4 turnovers. Likewise, Clemson had 3. As a matter of fact, Trevor Lawrence, Heisman hopeful, actually threw 2 interceptions in this particular football game. So definitely not getting off to a Heisman start as far as statistics goes. But Trevor Lawrence is definitely going to be the real deal this season, through some incredible passes on Clemson's way to a 52-14 win over Georgia Tech. Now, one of the things to note, though, is although Trevor Lawrence didn't get off to a overly impressive start statistically, but Travis Etienne, who was the 3A player of the year in the state of Louisiana his senior year, ran for almost 3,000 yards. Matter of fact, he missed it by about 70 yards. And this guy's really good, and there's no doubt that he's good, but he's going to be set up for a very good season. Ran for 200 yards. And, I just was really impressed with the way Clemson took care of business. They definitely look like a team that's really poised and set up to make another run in the ACC. Probably will be ACC champions. Their defense is absolutely just smothering, only allowing Georgia Tech the whole night 294 yards. Clemson just rolled up the first downs, 29 first downs. And next week, though, Clemson has a huge test against a very physical Texas A&M team who just came off a win over Texas State. And like I said before, Clemson is definitely, obviously, a team that we got. I think the media got it right. They are definitely the one of the top teams in the country. Easily number 1, easily number 2, no matter what poll you look at. Definitely one of the better teams on both sides of the football field. Very solid. Like I said before, defense is just absolutely phenomenal. And they do a great job, just like most championship teams do. They do an excellent job of taking advantage of turnovers. That's how this game really got out of hand. Georgia Tech actually played okay in spots. They were physical on defense in spots. But when you have those turnovers, that's why it's so crucial during the offseason to work on things like special teams, because special teams really was the difference maker in this particular game to actually really make this game a little bit worse than it probably should have been. I'm thinking, you take away, you take the turnovers out of the equation, and you're still talking about a blowout, but it probably wouldn't have been a 52-14 game. You're probably looking at, Clemson with, 35-14, somewhere along there. But very exciting game to watch. Nice to get, everyone's feet wet with college football again. Clemson, guys, you got to watch out for this team. This is a very, very good football team, dominating Georgia Tech on both sides of the football field. 52-14. Watch out for Travis Etienne and Trevor Lawrence. They're going to wreak havoc in the ACC this year. Once again, it's Kennard Vernon Stewart for the podcast. Really quick this morning, just wanted to do a quick recap of the Clemson-Georgia Tech game. Go ahead and like this video, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, it's great to be an Auburn Tiger, War Eagle, but we're talking a little ACC football here. Clemson definitely on the roll. Also, I know a lot of you guys are disappointed with the whole ACC network thing. They're working on it. They're trying to get some more contractual agreements with media outlets as far as, Comcast and DirecTV and all that other stuff. But you can still see the ACC network if you have the ESPN app. That's how I was able to watch the game last night. All right, guys, go ahead and like this video, comment, and subscribe to Vernon Speaks Sports Auburn. We talk about everybody. War Eagle.